The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Brooklyn Nets. Checking out Brooklyn, let's just say it has not been a season to remember for them. With a large chunk of the schedule behind us, they have the worst record in the entire NBA. Yikes. And last season, the Raptors were right in the thick of things in the East. They showed that they aren't far away from perhaps making a serious run at a title. Shaq, what is that team missing?
I know you guys, especially Kenny over there, think this is a small ball league now, but I'm still a firm believer of inside out. They still need a consistent inside threat to take them to that next level, in my opinion. You know, they got some big-time scoring at the guard spots, but they have trouble with teams that work inside out.
Well, I don't think there's a big difference between the Raptors and the elite teams. I think they have everything that they need. You know, Kyle Lowry, you know, DeRozan, and the rest of that cast have really put together a nice run. I like this team.
And that is that. Just about time to tip this thing off. We'll see you later.
The Raptors look to take charge at the Air Canada Centre here in downtown Toronto. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Patrick Patterson. Despite what he brought to this team in his absence, they've really taken off.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a great dribble penetrator, but three-pointers are not his focus. He said, I feel like I can get to the basket at will, so it feels like settling. Instead, I could have gotten fouled, got free throws, or an easier shot. I'm not discrediting the three-pointer at all. I know I can shoot it. I just don't. Kevin?
And three-pointers certainly on the rise. We'll see if he sticks to his guns. DA, thank you. Well, Steve, as we get to the meat of the season, the bumps and dings are really adding up. Depth is never more important for a team than right now.
You know, teams that can play 10, 11, 12 deep, they have an advantage because then they can rest guys. I don't like when you rest guys, but teams are starting to do it. You have injuries. You want to have 10 or 12 guys that you can rely on.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Brooklyn now, Jeremy Lin is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Quincy Ace. Then it's Alan Crabb, and it's Mozgov in at the center. Toronto on defense. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
There's nothing wrong with being physical on defense, but when you're consistently slapping and pushing, you risk getting hurt at the stripe.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan, and stolen by Crabb. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Excellent work there in transition.
He doesn't give the defense any time to set up. He just goes extremely hard to the bucket.
And D'Angelo Russell, you know, he had a tough time adapting to the pro game at first. I mean, you could see the talent from the moment he stepped on the court, but you could also see the turnovers and the lack of sustained hustle. I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with it's the first time in his career where he wasn't always the best player on the floor. And when you deal with that kind of adversity, it takes some time for you to adjust and grow as a player.
And finished off by DeRozan.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
We're about 1 minute into the first. We've seen a quick start here for the Nets. 4-point game coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Just lack of mental fortitude. You need to be strong in those situations and deliver when it matters the most. What I like there, fantastic defensive rotation. Just suffocated him at the point of attack.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Lynn kicks to Mozgov. 6 on the shot clock. Deep 2 from Russell. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And the Raptors with the ball. Now here is Lowry. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now here's Lynn. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Russell. Here's AC. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket.
Already seizing control of this game.
And doing it in all areas. They came out of the locker room knowing exactly what they needed to do.
Now here is Lowry. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. A floater. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense there from Lynn.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Raptors trail by 10. Valanciunas passes to Lowry. Lowry can't get that one to fall. And here's Brooklyn. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Mozgov sets a screen for Lynn. Here's Russell. Again, Russell missing. Raptors have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, just the length and explosiveness. Ibaka is a true force at the rim.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Right side Russell and AC now top of the key. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Lynn. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 9 points a night, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Come get it, come get it.
Now here is Lowry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Kicks it to Valanciunas. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Valanciunas, he'll show you flashes of dominance, and then sometimes you can't find him. Clearly the potential is there for him, and he feels consistently on the verge of breaking out.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. For Valanciunas, it isn't like his numbers aren't productive. He's come close to averaging a double-double for quite some time. You were talking about this the other day, Steve, but you just know that he can be so much more.
Yeah, sometimes it takes longer for big guys to develop. You have to be patient with a guy like Valanciunas. He's been in the league for a while now, but remember, he's still only 24 years old.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Outside, Lynn. Pass to Russell. Screened by Russell. It's stolen by DeRozan. And oh, here we go. DeRozan, nobody back.
DeMar DeRozan is so good when he has space to get out and get his legs moving on a break.
Russell with it. Powell on him. Takes the 13-footer, and Russell gets it to go. Russell's got 10 points.
There's something to be said about putting a team on your back, trying to will it to victory. His scoring has been phenomenal this quarter.
Inside, Mozgov with the steal. Pass to Russell. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. He's got 12.
And this team is ahead largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
Raptors trail by 7. Now Powell. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando. The shot by Lowry, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Russell sets a screen for Lynn. He feeds it to Russell. Plenty of space. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. We'll take a look here at the shot chart.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
Raptors have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Feeds it to Powell. Pass to Ibaka. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you love the defense that Ibaka brings to the court every game. Provides big problems for his matchup with his length. Is good to block at least a couple shots every night, it seems.
Raptors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Ibaka and his defensive presence, it's not only the blocks he gets, but the threat of blocks that makes him great.
It's a great point. You see a lot of very talented players start to hear footsteps when they get close to Ibaka. It isn't just that shot blocking that you mentioned. It's his help defense and ability also to defend on the perimeter. Also incredibly strong and very difficult to back down.
And the Raptors with a die-hard fan base. The fan support only getting stronger as they've become a consistent factor in the Eastern Conference.
This team is unique in the NBA. They represent the entire nation of Canada. Toronto's the league's 5th largest market. A lot of fans from far and wide tuning in and rooting them on.
And here's a look at the stats for Jonas Valanciunas. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 4th in blocks, 9th in shooting percentage, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
Nets leading by 5. Here's Russell. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Picked by Mozgov. Crabbe in the corner. Takes the 3. Good on the triple. Crabbe's got 7.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Lowry with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Ibaka. This is to Lowry. Launches it. Ibaka, no luck.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the Nets, another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Raptors trail by 11. Outside Lowry. Ibaka right side. He dishes it to Powell. Just his first attempt. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Powell's got his first points of the night. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Mozgov a screen on Lowry. And it's Russell in the corner. Fires from 14. AC misses. The Raptors have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. DeRozan passes to Ibaka. And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. And it's Ibaka again missing.
It has not been an easy quarter for him offensively, but I like that he's staying aggressive.
Crabbe dishes to Lynn. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Some changes for Brooklyn. There's LeVert. That's short off the rim. Raptors trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
14 feet away. Carroll with the rebound.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
The pass to LeVert. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Got a piece of it. Here's LeVert. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Dishes it to Goodwin. Shot clock at 5. Misses in close. Toronto shooting just about an even 40% to start. Three-pointer. Shoots the 3. Booker pulls it in. Brooklyn leading by 9. To stop the drought. And it's Goodwin missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help in cutting into this lead, but it gives this team a real confidence boost, too.
Well, as a former player, Smitty, you know just how much effort it takes on a nightly basis to succeed. And who in the NBA do you see that has the best motor, the highest competitive value, night in and night out, always hustling?
Russell Westbrook is one of those guys. His motor never turns off. Draymond Green, those guys love to come out and compete. Chris Paul is another guy. You can see the passion in those guys, their mind working while they're on the floor at all times.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
To the paint, here's Carroll, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Carroll's got his first points of the night.
Carroll can be so patient inside. Great timing on that play.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter, and the shot goes in. Brooklyn leading by 6. And here is Goodwin. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Unloads from 13. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
They set the screen to the middle. Here's Pirtle. Carroll with the rebound.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Here's Booker. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Booker's got his second bucket.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
It's looking good so far. They have their offense intact right now.
To the inside, Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Great recognition by Pirtle, slicing through the defense in these pick-and-roll sets.
Brooklyn leading by 8. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Caboclo. There's the lob to the hoop.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Here's LeVert. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's the feed to Goodwin. And that does it for the first quarter. Nets out in front, up by 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, He talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he punts the ball, when you don't shoot, he screams you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
They look faster and fresher out there. Seems like they're trying to tire them out.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Jamari Carroll is out there with Booker. Then it's Goodwin, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the three. Out left to the wing. Now here's Goodwin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Man, when you look at the Nets over the past couple years, it's really astounding. I mean, they've been near the bottom of almost every major statistical category as a team. I mean, that means that they really have nothing to count on to stabilize themselves when they aren't going well in a game. And when you don't have an identity as a team, boy, it is hard to find consistency.
One misses. And on the topic of the Nets, it's hard to identify their calling card as a team because the roster, Greg, still seems to be in a state of flux.
And not many draft picks or trade assets. It really may come down to who are the ones you're with, at least for a little while longer. I mean, they have some scorers. They have some playmakers. If they can just find a way to block out the noise and play their game, they can be an entertaining club.
The Raptors shooting their fifth free throw of the game here. Free throw, no good for Miles. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That is his first foul of the game. Nets leading by 4. Now Goodwin. They set the pick. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Passes to LeVert. Beyond the arc. Ball's knocked loose. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Caboclo. Second chance shot. Rebounded by the Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points. The Nets making a switch here. Mozgov's checked in. Goodwin with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Picked by Mozgov. Fires at the elbow. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for the Raptors.
It's been the guards who dominated the ball, but really in a good way, creating opportunities for their teammates, and that's something they'll look to continue here down the stretch.
Raptors trail by 4. They set the pick. Here's Miles, and C.J. Miles with the slam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, we know Brook Lopez is a little vertically challenged, but he's still effective inside with an array of shots. A little push shot came because he said, I'm not the quickest guy in the world, so I want to get space and get it up quick, where they have no chance of contesting it. His go-to move is that righty hook coming across the middle. Devin?
And DA, you can't block it. You just can't let him get to that left shoulder. So both teams making some changes here. Brooklyn leading by 4. Outside, Lynn. And it's Russell in the corner. And the Nets miss again.
A three-point marksman. He couldn't have asked for a better look. Sometimes it just doesn't go down.
From the baseline. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Inside. Wants to get it to Booker and does. There's Russell with the 3. But they'll get another chance. Up top, Lin. There's the triple. Hits the three-point bomb. Lin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Total collapse on defense there. You can't let a good shooter like him get a clear look at the basket from outside.
There's a good screen. Here's DeRozan. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
DeRozan has such good body control that it's very difficult to disrupt his shot with contact.
So for the Nets, Quincy Aces come in for Trevor Booker, and Krebs subbed in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. The Raptors have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
Watching Kyle Lowry over the years, it's been a treat to watch him. His game on the court has definitely developed, but his leadership skills has gone to another level.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Mozgov, yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Mozgov's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Screen by Ibaka. Stolen away. And even 3-on-3 break. Misses off the right angle.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Lowry against Lin. Mozgov a screen on Lowry. The dish to AC. And the Nets another 3.
You never want to give him an open look from outside because he will flat out burn you from there.
Now here's Powell. He's guarded by Russell. Valanciunas with a screen on Russell. Off the pick. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Love the aggression that Valanciunas showed there. He welcomed the contact inside to get to the line. Valanciunas over the last few years has always been pretty good offensively, and also now on the defensive end, he's a guy that's not a liability. He has taken large strides to improve in that area.
And the first one drops. Looking at Valanciunas and his defense, he seems to be a lot more decisive in his action, Steve. Seems like a small thing, but that means so much at his level.
Yeah, Jonas is not hesitant on the rotations and charging out to the perimeter. He's playing with more confidence on the defensive end. He'll be all right.
Valanciunas hits them both.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
Lin against Lowry. Out to the right wing. Mozgov sets a screen for Russell. Here's AC. And he's way off from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Outside, Lin. Screened by Russell. He kicks it to AC. Just 5 on the clock. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Over to the left wing. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And Toronto has possession. They trail by 3 to the inside. They get a hand on it. Lynn with the steal.
Right idea, wrong execution. They were looking to get a high percentage shot inside, but the pass was too late.
Up the floor. No good from Valanciunas.
I like the aggressiveness, but against that type of defensive pressure, he's out of his element.
And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he makes the first. And after knee surgery in the summer of 2015, Mozgov's numbers fell off just a bit last season.
And you can tell that the Cavs weren't happy with his play. His per-minute numbers were actually not that far out of line with his career norms. But for a team gunning for a title, any slippage was cause for concern. And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Kraft. He's averaging 8 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Raptors trail by 5. And here's Lowry, screened by Valanciunas. Left side, DeRozan tries it from 9. Valanciunas can't get that one to fall.
Because he's such an explosive force down low, the defense threw everything they had at him, and it worked.
Then the pass to Russell. There's a screen. Kicks it to Kraft. Back to Russell. Here's Kraft. 11-point game his last outing. He feeds it to Mozgov. Ibaka comes with the double team. Outside, Lynn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Buries it down low. Lynn's got 5 points now this quarter.
Even with the defense all over him, Lynn buries the J. Outstanding concentration on those kinds of shots.
That pass was a work of art right there.
Nets leading by 5. Picked by Mozgov. With the teardrop. No good off the pick.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
All you ask for is execution, and those shots will fall later.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
The all-star Kyle Lowry last season played fantastic basketball throughout the year. Up and down, had some huge cold streaks in the postseason. But when it was time to make big plays and big shots, he stepped up.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And for Lowry, it was revealed he was dealing with an elbow injury at the end of the season and during the playoffs. And Stephen Help explains why he was so inconsistent with his play.
But you love that he never complained, never talked about it, just kept battling. He's one of those guys, yes, he struggled, but he leaves it out there on the court. But he had some moments where he made a lot of big shots in the playoffs.
And he's good on the second. Steve, you won a sportsmanship award that is revered by so many in the NBA and always a pretty significantly even-keeled disposition, always first class with the media, one of the best guys always in the league to talk to. We see other players like Kevin Garnett, Russell Westbrook, a little bit more fiery. What are the advantages to either approach?
It is. I mean, it's just preference. I was a guy who was kind of fiery, like a lot of talkative, but I think also just like those guys, we get a chance to know more about them off the court. They are good guys. You have different depositions on the floor than off, And I like Kevin Garnett and Russell Westbrook, totally different off the court.
I know Garnett. He is as good a guy as there is.
He is. He's first class. Now on the court,
tough competitor.
He'll go at you.
He will.
Just like Russell.
Yes. Good on the second free throw. And you always hear coaches say, make the simple play. That's one of the keys to the Raptors offense, Smitty, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they don't play fast, so they don't have a lot of turnovers, but they're also at the bottom of the league in prior assists. What they do is they just try to attack to score on the offensive end.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 12, just 3 to shoot. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here's the fast break. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Goodwin's checked in for Russell. And it's LeVert in for Jeremy Lin. The Raptors have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's LeVert. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Goodwin. Powell with the steal. Fast break, Toronto. Up and in on the layup.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
I love to see them push it like that because the reason why, he's a deadly finisher in the transition game.
Here's LeVert. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Goodwin, good. Raptors trail by 3. Ibaka outside. To the inside, Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, you know that Valanciunas has the potential to go off, and he's doing it here.
Brooklyn's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. And the pass to LeVert. Nets passing it around. Feeds it to Goodwin. Jacks up a 3. He doesn't hit that one. And Toronto will go the other way with it. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That's the first of 6 played on the road. And the Nets shooting 47%, pretty solid. Here's LeVert. Offensive rebound, Nets. He dishes it to Goodwin. They set the pick. Pass to Crabbe. Second chance shot. No good off the front iron.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
Seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
He has to be somewhat careful now. 2 fouls in the first half. Doesn't want to pick up a third if he can help it.
This is his first free throw of the game.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
That free throw, no good. And you know, there was so much excitement surrounding the Nets when they finished the new arena in Brooklyn in 2012. They traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to try to fast-track their success. But that win-now strategy really failed.
Yeah, and that's what can happen when you mortgage your future. Short-term goals can lead to that long-term misery. And they still have some pieces they can build around. We'll see what additional talent they can attract going forward. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
That could be a game changer. That jam just sent shockwaves through the arena.
Dishes it to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And look at Pirtle effortlessly dropping the hammer on the D.
And the Nets with possession here. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's LeVert. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Goodwin kicks to Booker. Goes up on the wing. And it's Miles with the rebound.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Now here's Goodwin. He averages about 5 points a game. They set the pick. A 3-ball. Can't get the putback. It's all tied in Toronto. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Jonas Valanciunas, you have been in the zone so far. What has your approach been down low in the paint?
You know, I'm just playing my game. Kyle Lowry doing a great job passing the ball, so, you know, it's good to play like that.
Starts with inside-out play, right? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Jonas Valanciunas putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
The evening commute has plenty of people on the move here tonight in Toronto, where we welcome you back to On 2K. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Jonas Valanciunas having a dominant impact in this game.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, they need to find something to contain these offensive outbursts from him. I would imagine changes are on the way for them.
DeRozan out there with Ibaka. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Now here's Lowry after D'Angelo Russell's miss. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Lin. It's stolen by Ibaka. 4-on-3 break. Here's Lowry. Another shot. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense is nowhere to be found.
Smitty, you're a proud alum of Michigan State. Great school, great program. You contributed to help build the Clara Bell Smith Student Athletic Academic Center there on campus, one of the great facilities in all of college basketball. When you think back on your college experience, is the NBA's 1 year and out high school requirement enough, or would you like to see a change in that regard?
You know, I think it goes player by player, situation by situation, Kevin. I can speak for me. After 3 years, I was not ready, on the court or off the court.
That surprises me to hear you say that.
After 4 years, I thought I was ready pretty much on the court, but off the court, you're really never ready to have the challenges out of basketball.
So you like the 4 years. You thought that was huge for you playing.
For me personally, I like the 4 years.
And DeRozan, here we go, and a missed late. Nets trail by 4. Right wing, here's Lynn, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Lynn's got 7 points in the game. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Ibaka, wide open, he fires, buries the long-range jumper, and the Raptors lead by 5.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Russell dishes to AC. Nets passing it around. Russell passes to Mozgov. Lock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. AC, that shot, no good. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
And with that miss, shooting only 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
Here's Valanciunas. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 8 rebounds in this game. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for the Nets. To the middle, it's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
Hey, you got ball, you got ball.
Here's AC, defended by Ibaka. Picked by Mozgov. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Powell. They grab their own miss. Tries again, and it's laid up and in by DeRozan. And now a 7-point Toronto lead. Nets have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Really slow start offensively. To the paint. Hollis-Jefferson, good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Lynn against Lowry. Here's Ibaka. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
Now here's Mozgov. Russell kicks to AC. Mozgov wide open. He fires. Off target from the wing.
To me, that's just a loss of focus. He was wide open from one of his favorite spots.
Valanciunas dishes to Lowry. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lowry's got 6.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
Outside, Russell, AC, and the dunk by AC.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here is Lowry. He's got 6. It's deflected. Here's AC. Hollis-Jefferson passes to AC. The feed now to Mozgov. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Passes it to AC. A second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And now the 2K leaderboard. If you want to talk defense and talk block shots, just have a look at these teams, what they've done the last month. In fourth, the Raptors.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good for Mozgov.
The Raptors has embraced a physical style of play. strong on the glass, forcing a lot of turnovers, and offensively, they live at the free throw line.
Mozgov hits them both. And as you always say, the Raptors play tough, but they also play under control.
That's the key. They force turnovers and they draw fouls, but don't commit them at the other end. The sign of a well-coached team, it gives them a huge advantage.
Now here is Lowry. He has 6. No good from Valanciunas. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. It's good. This game is all even. Russell's got 15.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Here's Lowry using his post move to get the 2 points.
When you are Lowry's size, you need to have a strong floater, and that was a beauty he just put up.
Lynn against Lowry. Pass to Russell. Here's AC, and it's blocked by Ibaka. And he recovers it. There's Russell with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Russell's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Nets. Toronto, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the 3rd. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Now the dish to DeRozan. Rebounded by the Nets. AC's got 9 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. He kicks it to AC. Lets it go with the 3. Doesn't go for him. And Toronto will come the other way.
If his shots were just a little more on point tonight, they'd be holding a much bigger lead right now.
No good from Valanciunas. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Powell with the steal. Fast break Toronto. The shot by Lowry, no good. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Booker, he's checked in for Quincy Ace. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Lowry against Len. And it's Russell in the corner. Here's Mozgov. That's tipped.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
Here's Miles. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Miles has got 6.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Russell kicks to Mozgov. Hollis Jefferson passes to Booker. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And a brief check now of the stats for Mozgov. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 6th in field goal percentage, 10th in blocks, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Brooklyn making some changes. Damari Carroll's checked in for Mozgov. Archie Goodwin comes in for D'Angelo Russell. And it's LeVert in for Jeremy Lin. And he makes both free throws. Toronto trailing. Here's Caboclo. He's got 5. There's the pick. To the inside. Pirtle. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And Jakob Pirtle enters the NBA after 2 seasons at the University of Utah. Last season, he won the Pac-12 Player of the Year, as well as awards for the best center and low post player in college basketball.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to play in Europe instead, but he thought the college route would be a nice experience. Certainly the exposure didn't hurt, and he made demonstrable improvement from year 1 to year 2.
That free throw missing.
What you love about Jakob Poeltl is his size, a 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
He hits the second from the line.
And the 7-footer, Jakob Poeltl, a smooth, fluid athlete for his size. And he's got tremendous bloodlines, guys. Both of his parents were members of the Austrian national volleyball team.
Now, here's Goodwin. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Rebound, Brooklyn. Booker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Poeltl picking basketball over volleyball. I guess you could say it worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, they said growing up in Vienna, there wasn't a good youth volleyball program nearby, so he just went with hoops. And standing 7-1, I'd have to say it's worked out pretty good for the big fella.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
On the defensive end, you have to fight through screen. That is a commitment.
And here are the Raptors now. To the wing right side. Here's Miles. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Taking a look at Toronto. They're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make a move. And checking out Brooklyn. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And right now for Brooklyn, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
They really have. And maybe it's not the time to close the book on their season just yet, but that time isn't far off.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Here's LeVert. Kicks to Goodwin. There's a screen. On the wing, Booker. From the stripe. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's Miles missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
LeVert the pass to Carroll. Booker with no one around. Tries again. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And if you're the defense, you probably should sag off him right now because he's not knocking down anything.
Toronto shooting 35% or so in the 3rd quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Down low, there's the pick for the lead. Carroll with the rebound.
Well, no one's scoring off that screen. That was terrible.
LeVert the pass to Booker. Offensive rebound, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Nets have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And the Nets making a change here. Crabs checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. So it's Toronto now. It's a 3-point game. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
Now here is Pirtle. He has 5. And Miles kicks to Caboclo, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. To the left wing. Here's LeVert. Soft touch off the glass. LeVert's got 4 this quarter.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
1:22 left in the third quarter. To the paint. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Now, here's Goodwin. Defense is right there. They set the pick. He feeds it to Booker. It's tipped, and he recovers it. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Clearly a foul.
The Nets have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. 55 seconds left in the third. The pass to Caboclo. 6 to shoot. And Miles kicks to Poeltl. 13 feet away. Basket counts. Poeltl's got 7 points.
Textbook form from Poeltl, getting room to shoot from the mid-range and nailing the shot.
Here's LeVert. And he overshot that one, missing. Toronto trailing. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And Brooklyn has possession. Now Goodwin. He has 5. There's the screen. Pass to LeVert. Launches a 3. He's off on that one. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Raptors lead by 1. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Raptors with the lead. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Allen Crabbe. Mozgov is out there with Booker. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Russell in at the 2-guard spot. Here's DeRozan. And he finishes nicely on the layup. DeRozan's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Raptors. Picked by Mozgov. Deep 2 from Russell. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Here's Lowry. Down low, deflects the pass.
And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. Booker dishes to Mozgov. Crab in the corner. High arcing shot. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And the Nets lead by 1. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Plays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
It seems that DeRozan has been involved in every score out there in this one, just zipping around the floor.
In the pass to Russell. Again, Russell missing. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here is Pirtle, and no good that time. Now here's Crab. DeRozan defending. And here's the break. Here's Miles. Yep, it counts. And now a 3-point Raptor lead.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Hit by Mozgov. Floats one up. Good. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now here's Miles. Feeds to Pirtle. 5 to shoot. Takes it from 10. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's Russell with a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Defended by Booker. Makes it off the glass.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Nets trail by 3. Russell inside. Defended by Miles. Makes it off the glass. And that's now 22 points for D'Angelo Russell. The Raptors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Lowry against Len. Pirtle kicks to Lowry. Goes up the baseline. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And you can see one team is working hard on the glass and the other not.
Now, here is Russell. Plays it up and banks it in. Russell's got 12 points in just the second half.
He's been very decisive, very accurate shooting the basketball. Extremely productive quarter so far.
Miles with it. Russell's there. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Booker is screen on Lowry. Mozgov kicks to Russell. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Lowry dishes to Miles. There's the feed to DeRozan. Down low. Defended by Booker. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
That was a risky pass. Poor decision, really. Fortunately, they didn't lose the possession.
The Nets making a switch here. AC's checked in. Shot clock at 2. That's tipped. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Man, at an important point in this game, that kind of turnover can really shift momentum.
Outside, Lynn. Mozgov's shot is off.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Lowry passes to Pop. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
When you have the size that Valanciunas has, there aren't many people getting in the way of your dunk.
Picked by Mozgov. Dishes to Russell. Pass to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Lowry with the ball. Screened by Valanciunas. DeRozan's shot is off. And here they come. Here's Russell. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now just a 1-point Raptor lead.
Fantastic pass to connect with his teammate on the move.
Lowry with the ball. And it's Lynn picking him up. And Valanciunas kicks to Powell. He dishes it to DeRozan. A beautiful reverse layup.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Lynn kicks to Russell. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Russell hits them both. And here's Lowry. Here's the screen. Here's DeRozan. And Ibaka kicks to Powell. Puts up a three. Raptors get it back. Tries yet again. And it's good on the way in. And that's now 11 points for Serge Ibaka.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
Picked by Mozgov. Russell dishes to Mozgov. It's off his foot, and it's being called a kick ball. Full 24-second shot clock. Lowry against Land. Pass to Russell. Poked away. Fast break Toronto. Here's Powell. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And that one misses. Good on the second free throw.
It was crucial to add to their lead and make it a two-possession game. And he did enough there at the line to make that happen.
Now the dish to Cramp. Here's a big high bouncing goes in. Mozgov's got 6 in the quarter.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
He doesn't need a second invitation. If the D's going to give him that much room, he'll jump at the chance to take the hero shot.
The shot by Powell, no good.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's Cramp. They set the pick. He kicks it to Russell. Shoots off the screen. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's DeRozan. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. DeRozan's got 10 points here in the second half.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
Here's AC. Sinks the three-pointer. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Raptors leading by 3. Here's Powell. Screened by Valanciunas. Powell, the pass to Lowry. Count it, good.
Well, if there was a big bucket made in this game, you knew it would come from Lowry.
Here's Russell.
Come get it.
Kicks to Mozgov. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 7th assist here tonight.
He got the ball in perfect position, went up over the smaller defender, and laid it in for a big bucket.
Now, here's Lowry. Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. He feeds it to Ibaka. And yes, it's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The free throw drops from Ibaka.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Russell. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Russell's got 30.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
How they let that happen, that is beyond me. Where is the fight? No easy baskets. Has to be their mentality on defense right now.
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. Here's DeRozan. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Love how DeRozan has grown as a player, as a leader of this team. And he's done a great job learning how to get to the line more frequently.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Nice job at the line to expand the lead.
Outside, Russell. Picked by Mozgov. Russell dishes to Lynn. To the inside. There's Mozgov. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Mozgov with the steal. Outside, Russell. Poke loose. Powell with the steal. Here's Lowry. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Lynn. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Nets trail by 7. Right side, Russell. And there's the pass to Mozgov. Russell dishes to Mozgov. Another miss by Mozgov. Toronto's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. That's good from DeMar DeRozan. .54 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Lynn against Lowry. Ibaka.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
You like to have these type of wins every now and then. Just a comfortable win.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Carroll, no one around him. Offensive rebound. Nets passing it around. They set the pick. From the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Offline with his 3. LeVert the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Carroll kicks to Goodwin. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Caboclo. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kyle, you did it at both ends tonight. How would you assess your own game?
I just want to stop the basket, I want to do anything it takes to win, help my team win. Tonight, was passing the ball. My shot wasn't falling, but, I had too many turnovers, but I passed the ball well, and we got the win. That's all that matters.
Great job tonight, Kyle. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Serge Ibaka. His performance was absolutely phenomenal tonight. Not only did he rack up a double-double, he inspired everyone around him to come up with plays for the win. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
Well, I saw the look in his eye, Ernie. The look was, I don't care what the rest of you do. I'm not letting us down. Move, give me the ball. I'm going to deliver. I got a great attitude, about to give you a great performance. Follow me.
He was a wrecking ball underneath. His size, his toughness, his strength. Clearly the most physical guy on the floor tonight. But also, he had a sweet touch around the basket.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. See you.
Good night.